All right. So for a while, um, I've been thinking about what to do. How can I help people? Um, how can I provide a positive service to somebody? And so, if you're listening to this, um, maybe you're here because you need motivation. Maybe you're here because you know, um, things are not going 100% right, or you're going through a struggle at the moment. And sometimes you want to know that there's somebody out there who's facing the same struggle. Um, well, you know, um, this is the very first video. I don't know what's gonna lead to. It's gonna be more like a diary, I guess, um, of short stories and little Snapchats of things that are going through, things that I'm going through, things that come across, and you know, to solve this entire series, I guess I wanna dive in on the gas station conversation. Um, so part of the short stories include, like I said, just different stories, and this one's gonna be the gas station conversation, which it plays out like this. I went to pump gas today, just regular Tuesday, um, and for about a couple weeks now, in the back of my head, I've been thinking, how can I provide services to everybody else, and I keep thinking this YouTube thing or a blog or something, and park my car, and there's this young gentleman who looks at my car and says, nice car, and thank you. So we start conversating, and he's 23 years old, I'm 26, and we're in two different stages in our lives. At the moment, I have a career that I'm very happy with, and he explains to me that he's 23 and he had to drop out of college, at a community college that he was attending, because his mother was facing some struggles, and he had to be that provider. That stress that other individuals don't have to face, and um, the gas station conversation just turned into a 25-minute conversation about life and the struggles, and how to get from point A to point B. Um, you know, this individual explains that he was going to community college and working, but when mom got in trouble, I think with a little bit of substance abuse, um, he had to hold it down for the younger siblings, and by holding it down, it meant he had to go to work, 2 jobs, pay bills, light, water, you name it, and he just that was a while back. That was when he was 19 years old, and fast forward a couple years, 4 or 5 years, and he still hasn't been able to go back to school, and I mentioned to him, there's always going to be an excuse or a reason why you can't go back to school, but just because you're 23 at the moment and you're working at so and so place doesn't mean that you have to be 30 and be working at the same so and so place. Um, he explains to me that sometimes it's easy to say it, but when you get caught up in the routine, and I explained to him, you get comfortable. You get comfortable because I think a lot of us have been there. We get comfortable, and we got bills now. One of the biggest things that he had was a car payment, and he mentioned that seems to definitely have put a lot more stress in his everyday, because now he can't just take time away and go back to school because he has those bills piling up. Um, so a small gas conversation, he said, I think I need to evaluate my life and what I'm doing at the moment, just because you're right. There's always going to be a reason. I don't want to say an excuse, but a reason why you don't go back to school, or why you can't seem to catch a break. Little things like family illnesses, or the car just keeps breaking, or you're the adult, even though you're not, quote unquote, the oldest person in the household, but for whatever reason you are now the person that people look up to and rely on you. So the message with these little short stories is pretty much, I understand that there's individuals side by side pumping gas, at a local Starbucks, that they're facing these challenges, and sometimes they just can't catch the drift. And so if you're listening to this and you're a 23, 25, 40, 30-year old, whatever, you're trying to go back to school or you're trying to go back to get some training, understand there's always going to be reasons as to why you can't. But you should never stop. You should never stop looking for a reason why you want to be in a better position in your lifestyle. It doesn't mean making more money. It doesn't mean getting a more quote unquote prestigious position. It just means being at a happier place. And let's be honest. Part of the reason why I want to do these short stories is because many of the times we're not happy. We're not 100% happy in the situation or in the current place in our lives. And I think it's important to understand that there's other people like us, or there's people who have reached a certain point and they seem to no longer have some type of motivation to do anything. So just wanted to share with you guys the gas station conversation. If you're out there, if you're a young individual or whatever age, 50 is young, I don't care, and you kind of fell in these footsteps as well, comment. Let me know. Hey, I was 23. I was whatever 18 when I had to take care of my family members. And let's get this conversation going. We're not here to judge. I think it's just important to understand that other people are going through some difficult situations, and it's not because they were lazy or because they don't want to do it. It's just because a lot of pressure was upon them without even asking. Nobody asked them. They were just next in line. So that's the gas station conversation. And if you have anything to add, please put a comment down below, and I'll try to make sure I'll have a little conversation about it. For now, Anonymous Messengers out.